Hello, and welcome to Draig Dice. This is our Pathfinder 2nd edition stream here on the Bunny and Dragon Network. I am Dragon, and I am the DM for this campaign. And I am joined here by 6 wonderful players because our trader lied. We have 6 instead of 5 players. And we're gonna... Hello, everybody.
Hello! Hello, everybody!
Hello, everybody!
You're talking to us.
I am talking to you guys!
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Technically, I think Bernie should go first.
Yeah, we have
Dragon Network.
I'm gonna introduce everybody. We'll go through introduce everybody. Then we'll have a small announcement. The announcement, and then we will begin the full campaign. Actually, I may as well announce first that we are going to have set up a charity link through Just Giving for Macmillan Cancer Support. They are an amazing charity that supports and helps people with cancer. I believe they also try to fund research and stuff and help people with cancer in their to have, a good final moments and to help them be comfortable. A great charity. You can find the donation link through the exclamation mark donate command, or through the button underneath the stream. There should be a button there to donate. If there are any donations with messages, if I'm able to read the messages, then I'll try and read those out at the end of the stream once the session wraps up. And it's a really good cause, and if you're able to donate and you would consider donating, that is amazing. So we're going to introduce everybody. First of all, we have Amelia.
Hi, I'm Amelia, and I play Matilda.
Do you want to tell us a little about Matilda? Mainly, sort of like, what she is.
Matilda is a rat folk who's married to another, who's in a relationship even with another character called Bruhut, which will be explained later. And she's quite a fierce and firm mouse who can be a little bit sassy at times.
So we have
she's also a bard. Who's played in Python.
Matilda the Bard. Next, then we have Chubba.
Hello, I am Chubba and I play Tazaki.
I can't even say your name.
My own name up.
Okay.
Say
a little bit.
Tazaki. Go ahead. Tell us about Tazaki.
Tazaki, I am an Anadi inventor. Yes. And I'm good with talking.
An Anadi inventor is, all you really need to know at this stage. Then we have...
You created yourself a spider bot.
Yes.
Yep. So the inventor is a class in Pathfinder that is really cool and can do a few cool nifty things. That's going to be fun to see. Next we have...
It'd probably be helpful to say that Chubba's character does not like magic users.
Yes.
I am anti-magic, my character is.
Next we have my marvelous co-owner here on the Bunny and Dragon Network. We have Bunny. I don't know why I motioned that way. You're that way. Take it away,
everyone.
Bunny.
I am Bunny, and I will be playing the adorable, wholesome halfling gentleman.
And what class is gentleman?
He is a cleric, and he I forgot what else I was going to say. It was something about him being a cleric. But yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, he's cleric.
A cleric in service to Trud the Mighty.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes, thank you.
And next up, we have Sword.
Hi, I'm Sword. I will be playing Buhut Skull Smasher, the half-orc fighter.
Yep.
Cool.
Just nice and simple. Buhut Skull Smasher.
Indeed.
Then we have Zed.
Hello, I am Zed from Unity. You see, my specialty is.
Oh,
So
you're
wait, hang
cutting
on.
out a
Wrong
little.
program.
You're cutting out, Neil.
I am. I cut out on my joke. Seriously.
Yeah.
Fine. That's spoiled my whole joke. I'm going home. No. Okay. Oh wait, I am. I am Zed. I am playing Magna, who is a mage automaton. So Trevor's character is not going to like me. He got battered and virtually died, and was rescued by somebody who then rebuilt him into a machine. So he's a big machine with living organs, a few living organs in the middle. Yes.
Basically, General Grievous.
Basically, General Grievous.
Hate that guy.
Hello there.
Trademark. Other machines available,
Yeah.
not just ours.
So this is a world
Oh,
this is a world with lots of steampunky tech and stuff. So automatons exist for quite frequently. And it's
So I
very cool.
also have a what do you call it, Diddy?
You have an Eidolon. So
Eidolon.
Magna
I
is
have
a
an
summoner.
Eidolon. It's a summoner. So I have an Eidolon called an Eidolon called
Ida.
Ida. Yes, Ida. How can I forget his name? Ida, who takes the form of a small dragon.
So yeah, Magna is a summoner, which is one of the pretty cool classes in Pathfinder that can summon a familiar type person to help him. And finally, we have Zedian and his character.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Zelian, or Zel to be for short. I'm gonna play a human barbarian named Dave. Dave is a simple man of a big stature and even bigger heart, and he likes milk.
What was that last part?
And he likes milk.
He likes milk.
Very random.
I mean, yeah, that's hey, everybody has their likes. So that is an introduction to our players, and with that we are going to start with a little introduction to the world. This campaign takes place in the world of Parfaxis, a somewhat large or somewhat small, depending on your perspective, world with several continent history. Many wars, many calamities have been fought on this continent. Many years ago, 1,513 years ago, a great calamity known as the Great Crash shook the entire world, but mostly this continent, as several comets or meteors crashed down from the sky, obliterating much land. Soon after that, armies of monstrosities and demons invaded the continent, and thus began many centuries of conflict. Even before that, there had been a great war where dragons had been fighting each other. Were mysteriously disappeared at some time after. Currently, just under a year ago, the latest war came to a close, a bloody civil war that raged across the continent. This war was vicious and blood-filled. As brother fought brother, people who had known each other ended up locked in a civil war. It started as a war between different parts of the continent and soon devolved into a vicious free-for-all. The war was ended just under a year ago by intervention from the Council of Dragons, a mysterious group that rule one of the kingdoms on this continent, who had managed to convince the rulers of the other kingdoms to sit down for peace talks. In the time since the end of the War of the Bloodbriar, things have been shaky at best. Bandits litter many of the roads. Other things happen. It's not exactly a safe place anymore. Soldiers who had once obviously fought in the war, now left without a job, have turned to banditry or other means to survive. It is very much a very dangerous place. You are all or some of you have just arrived, and some of you have been for a while. Our story begins in a particular part of this continent known as Traxtil, a region to the north of the south of the continent. The continent itself split by a huge river that splits the north from the south. Traxtil, being the northmost part of the southern part of the continent, is a very much more prosperous region, a region home to trade and home to Wayside City, known as the Great Trade City. And this is where our story begins. We start off with a few of our members of our party who begin just outside the city walls. Or rather just inside. Matilda and Buhurt. You two have just arrived at Wayside City. You're just outside, just arrived at the gates to the outside, which are currently open. And as you move through the gates, as you approach the gate, the guards waved you through. There were guards outside as you approach, who asked for your business. Essentially, as you approach the guards, one of them holds up his hand. Excuse me. What's your business in the city, may I ask?
Just passing through.
Just passing. Well, very well. Do you have any... How long do you think you're staying here? Sorry, just, security questions.
Few days, maybe.
Okay. Those some, hefty-looking weapons you got there, fella. As he looks at your huge figure with all these weapons. Well, go ahead and you can pass on through. As he looks behind you, hello, how may I help? What's your business? As someone else moves up behind the two of you, also just arriving at the city. Tazaki. So go ahead and describe your appearance, and I'll ask Matilda and Buhurt to then do the same.
Oh boy. No. Describing my nightmare. I look like a very normal person. Brown hair, green eyes.
What kind of clothes does Tazaki wear?
What I'm wearing?
On the spot now, buddy.
No,
I'm putting you on the spot here.
I mean, you said you were going to torture us.
This isn't even the torture. This is just basic improv. Putting you on the spot here.
My clothes appear to be a bit on the worn side, with mud on them as well.
Okay, so a bit of worn, muddy. Is it sort of like standard adventuring clothing? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, worn, muddy. So this seemingly human with was it brown hair?
Yeah.
With brown hair, green eyes, this sort of somewhat worn and muddy clothing runs up. Probably got like grease. You've got like probably grease stains and stuff on your clothing as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Runs up with a backpack and all of his possessions on him. Like he's got a shield on his back, and you can't see any weapons, but he's got like a shield, wearing some basic armor, and got a big backpack. And behind him, or is your clockwork contraption currently like following behind you, or is it like in your bag, or somewhere around? I'm assuming it would be sort of following you because it's quite big.
Yeah.
Behind him, you see what looks like a clockwork spider, almost. This bronzish, spider-shaped robot with lots of like exposed cogs and clearly runs off clockwork. Buhurt and Matilda, you can either one of you can introduce yourself first. and describe yourself. Describe how you look. If you wish.
You want me to go first? Okay. So Buhut is half orcs with greenish skin, quite tall, 6 foot tall, lean looking for a orc, but still much stronger and more muscular than a human. He's very clearly wearing armor, and as you said, covered in many different weapons, and looks quite hard. Looks like they've seen war and seen battle.
And the armor itself would still have the symbol of the order on it, won't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
on one of the pauldrons, you can see the sign of the Grave Guard.
Yeah. So it's a symbol that looks like a headstone, like you would see at any cemetery. It looks like a headstone with a shield imprinted on it. And both of this pair have this somewhere upon them. And Matilda can go ahead and.
So Matilda is rat folk, particularly a long snout rat folk, who is a bard. She wears her favourite colours are red and gold, particularly to wear. She has ambitions to one day have enough money to get some gold armour. And
I think the physical description.
Matilda has like brown hair, very pink paws, as with like her family name of Matilda Pinkpaw, and she also has the grave guard symbol.
Yeah. So, Tazaki, as you run up, you see these two who have just been waved past by the guard, and you guys see this slightly dishevelled, muddy human with this clockwork contraption approaching the guard. As the guard puts his hand up, halt! Name? Excuse me, sir.
Who?
You. With the dirty clothing.
Me?
Yes. Names? Tazaki, is that with one eye or two?
One eye.
Okay. As you can see, he's making notes in the clipboard. He would have also asked for Matilda and Buhurt's name and noted that down. What's your business in the city?
I'm visiting the festival.
For the festival. Yeah, well, we've got a lot of people visiting for the festival. Yeah. Yep. A lot of people like to arrive early. Okay, well, pleasure to go on in. Please don't cause any trouble. Sorry about the extra security checks. Just had some problems recently, so you're all free to go on in. Go ahead. He steps to the side and lets you all pass. As you're all able to pass into the city, passing on in. And as you pass on in, you're straight onto some fairly bustling streets. Although it's not as busy near the entrance, you can still see some people going from their houses. Even from here, you can see a very big graveyard off to one side of the off to the west. Yeah, to the west. You can see the very big graveyard. You can see temples. You can see two large buildings that rise above all the others. One being off near in the direction of the graveyard, the other being over in the other direction. Most of you have probably, at least anyone who's been to this city before, knows that those two big buildings are temples. The Temple of Pharasma and the Temple of Life, respectively. Up ahead of you, you can see the rise where the Risen Marketplace, the central sort of market sort of square of the city is. It's raised up on a larger platform. The game is paused for I'm not sure why. Possible, you might want to try refreshing. You can see this
Mm.
larger raised platform where the marketplace is up ahead of you, and a few people bustling past. Not too far along down the street, you can already see a stables with a large sign, the name The Iron Shoe, on a sign swinging above the entrance to the stables. And you three have just entered into Wayside City. And it's up to you where in the city you want to go, if you want to talk to anybody or each other. It's all up to you.
Choices.
Yeah.
Choices.
Choices.
Enemy.
That's
Where-
one scary looking spider.
What? Sorry? What?
Is this your in character?
You there. That's one scary looking spider.
He's actually quite friendly.
The clockwork spider sort of rears up its clockwork head, and you can hear like the soft ticking coming from the clockworks. In the spider just tick 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 tick.
May I pet the spider?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you have
Okay.
any reaction?
No, you pat the spider.
Be
Nothing
careful,
really
it may
happens.
bite.
Yes, I eat your hand.
You pat the clockwork spider. It feels very cold, very very metallic. Nothing actually happens as you pat it.
I wonder why. Pet a metal spider, and it feels metallic.
Well, do you guys wish to head anywhere in particular in the city?
Matilda, you wanna go tavern?
Yeah,
I need me a drink.
I'm more than happy to have a few drinks.
Yeah. So you guys want to search for a tavern, and what about you, Tazaki?
I will wander around randomly.
Okay, randomly wander. So we'll say for ease's sake that your wandering sort of takes you initially in the same direction as those two. So have Matilda and Boohurch, you guys have probably been to this city before you definitely have, because you've been here during your work during the war. You know that there's a few taverns scattered around this town. There's a tavern called the Sailor's Bounty up near the docks, which is a more rowdy tavern filled with like most of the sailors hang out. There's a place called the Lucky Goose, not too far from the entrance to the Sapphire Palace and the Palace District, which is just a pretty general, general tavern, run by a halfling man named Nomri Daycrest. And there's also a tavern in the very town square, in the town center. There is a tavern called the Drunken Raven, which sits next door to an inn called the Sleeping Raven. They are both run by a husband and wife who run each building. There's a few choices.
Matilda suggests the Drunken Raven after the events that happened in the town centre a few weeks ago, was it?
So the events that you guys went through was about just under a month ago, when the slaughter happened. It was just over a year and a month ago, because it was before the war ended.
What have you done? Boohard, why don't we go up to the Drunken Raven? Just like a year, because it's close to where we took down that necromancer trader, just over a year ago now.
Aye, that cultist. Yes, let's go to the Raven.
Yeah, so that
Maybe
trader
celebrating.
was in the marketplace, which is next to the central central town square. The raised area that you already see from here. It's like raised above the rest of the town. So as you guys head off in that direction, I can hear a bit of rustling coming from somewhere.
Yeah, that's our sweets. Apologies.
Okay. So as you guys head off towards that area, Tazaki, do you just want to wander in the same direction?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Drunken Raven is here on the map. Up there in the town square, so you can get to it essentially from moving through a straight line. As you guys start moving there, I love to see the pieces just moving in a zigzag.
Just floating. Just
So
flying.
yeah, that up there is the marketplace, and then the tavern is over there. You can just sort of drag your pieces there. You don't really need to follow the streets. This is just a reference map, so you know where in the town you are.
Yeah.
So as you guys move up towards and happen to just move your way towards the central tavern, we will introduce another pair. So we'll pause you guys there and introduce at the docks. At the docks, as those three were getting into the city and having their little discussion, at the docks, a ship was coming in. A ship that has sailed to a couple of continents, going all the way from Elfheim to Shogun, 2 other continents in this world, and finally arriving here in Wayside City. As the ship arrives, many passengers get off, and certain deliveries of goods and exchange, typical sort of trade, sea trade, is offloaded off the ship. And among these passengers, 2 people, both very contrasting in height. One, a young halfling, and the other, a big burly human man. Dave and Jomin, you've both been on this ship for obviously however long it's taken to travel. Dave, you've been there longer because it picked you up first. And you guys have now both disembarking off the ship. You've seen each other around on the ship, obviously both eaten in the mess in the galley when food has been served, because it's been a bit of a journey. So you've both seen each other around. How much you've talked to each other, or if you've ever actually spoken to each other, is up to you. You both disembark from the ship onto the deck, onto the port, as boxes and crates are being lifted off, and other people are, some sailors and some passengers are heading off towards the stairs that exits the docks back into the main city. And go ahead and describe how you look.
I guess I'll go first. Jomin is a halfling, obviously. And he has shaggy-ish brown hair. It kind of reaches to the back of his neck. And he is quite long. He has gray eyes, light gray eyes. And he's wearing his very shiny armor on. And that's really it I have so far. I guess.
Yeah, that's good. And Dave, in contrast to this very small halfling, we have Dave.
In contrast to Jomin, we have Dave, who stands at around 8 feet tall. He's a giant of a man, a human with flaming colored hair and beard, which is contrasted with a relatively warmer set of clothes designed for more climate. He has a coat with bluish leather and white fur around it. He doesn't appear to have any weapons, but has a large backpack on his side. And in contrast, you can see some of chainmail underneath it. And the good thing to accomplish as well is that he is quite a big fella in not only in height but as well as in weight as well. You can see that he's been eating quite well his whole life.
Okay, so we have you two, and you've just both stepped
Oh,
off the
cool.
boat, and you're currently here, as the sailors are offloading their fins, and
Oh.
there's a couple of town guards keeping watch over everything.
Can I just have Joman say like, oh thank God we're off that boat. Oh my gosh, I'm glad we're on land now because I just couldn't with the moving of the ocean and all that. Because it was too much. It was too much. Thank God. Finally on land now. Oh goodness gracious.
Not much of a seaman, are you? Landlubbers.
No, sir. I mean, you're right. I'm more of a land person. Yes. I'm not
Well,
really,
they can't all be winners. Don't you worry, lad. You'll get used to it.
Thank you, sir.
This
Thank you
quite
very
big
much.
birdie sailor reaches down and gives you a slap on the back. A friendly slap on the back that causes you to almost tumble over. Yeah, you'll get used to it.
I'm surprised you didn't hurt your hand. All right.
Hey, milady, don't worry about it. You don't need to get used to it, as you've gotten out of boat already.
That's true, right?
Yes, the solid ground, just few feet underneath. Just have to make sure not to fall through the planks.
Oh, sure. I'll make sure I'm careful. I'll definitely make sure. Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem, no problem. You seem to be a knowledgeable one here. Have you been here before?
Oh, I think I might have. It looks a little familiar. I think. I don't know. I mean, there are a few.
Don't think you have.
There are a few town. No, because my picture is that Joman has been around a few places that look a little bit like the same. Like, so I guess he's assuming that he has been there before, but he actually hasn't. Yeah. I think so. I'm not sure.
You know where we can find like a public gathering place?
I don't think so. I mean, I could try to. Well, I could ask some people, but I don't know exactly.
That's a solid assumption. Let's ask some people.
Yeah, we could do that. Sure. I guess I'll lead the way.
Yeah, sure. I follow around. By the way, my name is Dave.
Oh, hello there. My name's Joman. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Extends his hand for a handshake.
And Joman extends his hand for a handshake.
And actually to like buckle himself a bit down. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. It's wonderful to meet you. I think you are a very nice looking man. I like your beard and I like your style. Yes.
Hey, you're a good lad, ain't ya? I usually give a pat on the back, but I don't give like a rough pat. I give it gently.
Oh, thank you. Yes, and so are you.
Just a wide smile. Start slowly thumping, just like thump, thump, thump.
Yeah, and as he walks, Jomi, you can feel the manufactured port this ground underneath you, the wooden planks. You can feel them shake and creak as he walks, almost like they're gonna plunge into the ocean. Like even it's worse than the boat.
It's worse than the boat. Ye heavens!
And you're sort of having to scurry to get off before anything happens. But you guys, there's a few town guards sort of surveying around, give you a nod. One with a clipboard, it's like, hello. Purpose in the city? A name?
Oh, hello. My name's Joman, and this is my friend here.
Dave.
Dave. Yes, and we're just traveling. And that's really it.
Well, okay.
Not really. Yeah.
You staying for the festival?
Oh, I didn't even know there was a festival, but sure. We could do that.
Yeah. Well,
Sounds like fun.
that's up to you. Head on up. City's up there.
Up
Thank
here?
you.
Alrighty, thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Just don't go causing any trouble, okay? We got enough as is.
You have enough what it is. Have any troubles lately?
Yeah. Plenty of troubles. And with bandit attacks and animal attacks and now missing children. Things have been chaotic.
That sounds quite bad.
Hey, you look like strong ties, so you're looking to make a bit of coin and help some folks. You can always check out the bounty office.
Not much of me fighter I am, but I might check it.
Well, that's up to you.
Thanks, friend. Offers a handshake.
He shakes your hand. Oh, okay.
Gives a wide smile, continues stomping. Tom.
Ugh. Oh my goodness, I need to fix this. As you guys stomp
wait
up,
for me.
getting up, you find yourselves. You get up the stairs onto the higher up part of the city, where you can see sort of you pass a small guard barracks right next to you at the top of the stairs. And you see several other buildings in front, including one which most of these crates are being taken to. It looks like a huge warehouse building. You can then see others, and just down the street you can hear the sound of merriment coming from a tavern at the end of the street. Right.
Ooh.
Oh, down there.
Yep.
Hmm.
And you guys are up. There's a guard standing just outside the guard barracks with a spear, so leaning against the wall, that just nods you past, like, yeah, go on.
Not bad.
Thank you very much, sir. We won't cause any trouble. Promise.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. People be thinking on the edge here. Wonder why is everyone so weirdly on alert? Maybe I picked the wrong time of year to come here.
It is currently the beginning of winter, so things are a bit cold. It's also pretty chilly in the air right now.
So it's basically Tuesday for me.
Basically, like, it's warm for you.
Aww. I mean, I'm sure that this was a perfect time. I mean, who knows what might happen? Might see something that we won't see ever again, type thing, you know? Like something good. I mean,
You have a point, my friend. There seems to be a lot of people down the street there. We could go more in the town. Be honest,
sure.
I'm looking more to walk to the town before setting in. Wanna follow?
Sure, I think that's a splendid idea. I would love to do that.
Well, let us see what the other side has to offer.
Sure.
You start moving down. You're moving down that way?
I'm basically going through the streets where there's more people around. So we have been on the boats for so long. We want to just like take a stroll.
Yeah, you see quite a few of the people who have gone off the boats start heading across this stone bridge. Others go the other way and down some stairs at the end of the platform. They're sort of fanning out. A few, and then most of the sailors head towards the tavern. As you're moving down past that street, you pass them. You can see you pass a couple of stores, a few shops, One shop is labeled the sign outside a rather intricate metal sign that says tricks and traps and tricks. Another shop that you pass has a image of a ship on it on the sign and appears to be called Sea Masters. And then further down you can see a shop with a sort of quite a big open air door. Like there's no actual door, it's a big open doorway with a sort of no roof, and you can see inside you can see some anvils behind the counter. You can see anvils and like forgery tool equipment, and it's called Anything Metal. And there's another you can see there's obviously a couple other buildings behind that you can't quite see the names of from your position. And as you pass those shops, you can see across the long big bridge to what looks like a lovely sort of marketplace on the other side.
Oh, looky there. That seems like a good place across the bridge.
You're right. That does seem like a good spot. Yeah, I'll follow you.
Oh, by the way, not to be rude, but if you
Yes?
have any important business, you don't really have to follow me around.
Oh, no, I don't have any important business. I just travel. I just walk around and explore, and then I just go somewhere else. That's how I normally do it. I've always done that.
Oh, you seem like an explorer type.
Yes.
Yes.
I love to explore. It's fun.
Anything else? Anything you can tell me about these lands? My first time visiting.
Well, hey, I'm sounding like that out of character because I don't really know.
You don't know. You've never been. You don't know if you've ever actually been here before. Now that you think about it, you don't know much about this place.
Well, I've never been here, but I've been to other places, though. If that makes sense.
Oh, that makes two of us then. Yeah,
Oh, really?
Hey, never went off the Alfheim before. My first time here.
Ooh, that's very interesting. That's very cool. I'm glad that I'm not alone, I guess, this time. Usually I travel alone, and I'm glad that I'm not the only one who does that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you may join me. We can explore it together.
Yeah, of course.
Mila, that looks like a temple on that side over there.
Yeah, so from
Oh,
up
yeah,
here on the
it does.
marketplace, you can see fairly a lot over the city. As you roam around the marketplace, you can see temples off to other sides. You can see the huge graveyard. You can see a third temple off to overlooking the sort of central, what you can now see is the town square. That's not too far from the marketplace. And you can see this the biggest of the temples overlooking the town square. Within the market itself, you see several stalls already set up. The one closest to the bridge is a small a stall with several what looks like potion bottles laid out in a row along back on a little shelf. The little sign says blue bottle potions. All of the potions are indeed in blue bottles. The one next to that is a rather large store with what looks like elegant jewelry on display. You can see bracelets, necklaces, rings, lots and lots of lovely looking jewelry, even a few tiaras. The sign says Nickel Tops Jewelry. Next to that, a smaller stall with what looks like a handful of odd objects at the on the back. The name labels it Tristan's Trinkets. next to that one is another store with rusted metal hanging on rusted metal pieces and gears hanging on various hooks and weird contraptions dotted around the place. The sign labels it clocks and cogs. The one of the other stores just seems to be some sort of general store. It's labeled just general goods and has various just sort of general stuffs around. The next one is is labeled Katerina's farm stuffs, and it's currently you can see mostly fruit and stuff that you get from a farm, fruit, veg, and barley, and even some cuts of meat, all hanging on hooks. But the actual there's no one behind, and instead there's a sign that you can see that the actual door into the store has been locked, and there's a sign up that says "Gone to town square. Be right back."
Dave's gonna be sad
The
because
final
when it-
store is empty, but a sign on it, a sign that's been affixed permanently to the final store, says Boulderberry Farm, but is completely empty.
Dave is gonna be saddened by the lack of food that he can buy, and I suppose he's just gonna look at Jomin and be like, "A shame. Wanted to buy me fresh apples here. Seems to be closed for now."
Oh, yeah, that's a shame.
So it's gone to town square. You think we can find where it is? Looks around.
I think so. We'll work together, and we'll find it. I'm sure we will.
If I look around, I see the town square on the other side.
Yeah, you could tell that's the town square. It's got a huge building overlooking it. It's shaped like a square, and it has a well in the middle. It's a town square, definitely.
I just point. Well, I point there and just like, I'd be like, "Jomin, my lad, I think we found it."
We did?
Yeah, follow
really?
me.
Okay.
They didn't call me Pathfinder Dave for no reason.
Pathfinder. So as you guys also head towards the town square. As you guys head towards the town square, we'll move to our final introduction. Magna. You are currently locked in a cell in the prison, or in the rather than not like the full prison. It's the jailhouse, the small prison. You're currently locked in a cell in the jailhouse.
Yes.
As you're there, you've been in this cell for roughly just under a day, and the guard who had checked you in comes up to the cell with keys and looks it through at you. Magna?
Hello.
Okay. Well, your probationary time in the jail is up. We're gonna release you now. But, okay, this is your first offense, so we're gonna release you with a caution. But we must warn you not to go around doing it again. Otherwise you will face much stronger penalties. We're releasing you with a caution and a fine. You'll have to pay a fine, as he writes on the ticket. You will have to pay a fine of 50 gold pieces to the city. You can pay your fine at the guardhouse. You have a month to pay up. Otherwise, the interest will be added, and you may be searched for, and other legal proceedings may occur. And he unlocks your cage and hands you a slip of paper with the fine details on it.
I take it, look at it, look at him, look down the fact that I haven't got any clothes because I'm a robot. Look back at him. Where am I going to put this?
You can put it in your pack. We've got your belongings. Your belongings are waiting for you to pick them up just down the hall.
Just walk on then. Not another word. I just walk on.
Yep, you walk on. Your belongings are there, and with a person asks you to sign a piece of paper for your belongings.
Okay.
And once you sign it, your belongings are given back to you, and you're sent out of the guardhouse.
Okay.
And you are now out of the cell.
Nice. Good. Place with an iron. Nothing to do in it.
Yeah. Where do you want to go?
Well, first, should I describe myself?
I was going to have you describe yourself once you met the other players.
Fine. I was going to say, oh, am I not that important?
Yeah, no one's seen you yet.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to take a one. Where was the offence? Did he?
It was in the town square.
Right. Okay. I'm going to walk towards the town square.
Okay. So as you get into the town square, you get there around the same time as Jomin and Dave do. So the rest of you, however, so Matilda and Boohurt, you get to the town square just before Jomin and Dave, essentially. Everyone sort of converges at roughly the same time. As Matilda and Boohurt are heading towards the tavern, you see Jomin, these halfling and this large human coming through just behind where you had entered into the town square. From the other end, boom, boom. Go ahead. Describe yourself.
Right. Well, I'm basically an automaton, so I'm a clockwork appearance robot. I do have human organs, but they're hidden inside. And don't you dare reference that G. Grievous again, okay? Because we'll get sued for copyright. So yes, basically a clockwork style robot. But the important thing to note, my legs are more flamingo style legs. The kneecap is behind, if you know what I mean. The legs go backwards. I don't know why that's that important, but I just wanted to put that in there. About 6 foot tall. Yes.
You have flamingo legs.
Yes, I have flamingo legs.
So
on my arm there's a blade on my arm, sort of rotated away, so you can see it's attached to my arm and rotated facing up towards my shoulder.
So this large robot walks in one end as the other two walk in the other end. So while the two of you are just about getting to the door of the tavern, and Tazaki, where are you going to in the town hall? In the town square, you also see this large robot coming through the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Looks magnificent.
Oh, I've also got a big sort of glowy gem on my back. This glowing.
Yeah, there's sort of a large glowy gem built into the back of this robot.
Yeah, right on my back.
You are all in this place together now. You're all here, and as you guys are, so does anyone wish to approach and talk to anyone else?
Yes.
Yep.
Tazaki approaches Magna.
So you immediately seeing this huge clockwork creation, like I know you love these these things. So you just rush over to speak to him, and yeah.
I'm heading towards the spot where I was arrested.
Yep, so as you get there, you can see it's just outside the tavern where Matilda and Boohurt are currently standing. Matilda and Boohurt, you see this robot walk directly towards you. Almost, it's maybe gives you a scare for a second, and then he just stops and looks down at a patch on the ground where you can see part of the tiled floor of the ground is sort of all smooth. There's a part of the tiled floor where it looks like the tiles have been dug up and melted at the same time, like dug up and melted and messed with, and it's very messy and doesn't really fit with the rest. And you can see as he approaches, several guards stationed around the edge of the thing take a few steps forwards and tighten their grips on their weapons and you can see all these guards are watching this robot just dead-eyed staring at him, including 2 right outside the tavern who take a few steps closer as he approaches and stares down on the ground.
Can I help you, Mr. Robot?
No, I don't think you can. I just look back down at the paving stone. So it still look like it's the wrong way. I know it's all burnt
Right,
and
it's all melted now, and it's been dug up and melted, so there's no wrong way anymore. It's just smooth. The entire slab is just completely smooth.
They must fix this now.
One of the guards takes a step forward, like, if you have something you wish fixed, please submit a ticket to someone. Somewhere. City planning. The king himself. I don't care. Just don't touch it.
But it does not compute. It
Don't
must
touch it.
be fixed.
It will be fixed if you leave it alone. Please.
When?
Please. At some point. There's some point in the week, probably.
When?
Dear gods. Unless you want another more jail time, I suggest you just don't touch it, please, sir.
Take the nip out of my bag that you gave me and show it to the guard. If I pay this, will that help?
It'll help you not be arrested again. It won't help fix the fin. The fin will be fixed. People are already on it. Just be patient.
Then I don't see the point in paying.
The point
this.
in paying is that you're going to get arrested otherwise.
Back in my bag. When I'm here next, if this is not fixed, I will fix it for you. Again.
And you will be arrested again. You cannot go around a civilized city digging up the floor, sir.
But it does not compute. It must compute.
Oh, dear gods. Why did we get stuck with the one automaton that's an idiot?
Wow.
Whatever. I don't get paid enough for this. Just please do not mess with the floor. Please. Everybody else has arrived and is seeing all this happen now.
They want to see what's wrong with the floor.
You can see just this melted, smooth tile.
Be back.
Shocking Terminator.
Is Gentleman in hearing distance with all
yes,
of that?
You hear all of this.
I'm approaching them, so you should follow.
Okay. Gentleman decides he wants to go up to the man who called Magna, right? An idiot.
Yes.
Yeah. And he wants to confront him.
Oh my goodness. What are you going to say to him?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that I just wanted to say that I don't think it's very nice of you to call the nice robot man an idiot, because it's not a very nice thing to say.
Well,
and
I don't think it's very nice for the robots to dig up our city floors and cost the city money.
Well, he technically didn't do anything yet. I mean, it'll be one
he
thing
already,
if he actually.
He's already been arrested for it.
I understand, but he hasn't done it now, so I don't think you should insult him. It's one thing if he's doing it already, but he hasn't done anything like physically to the floor, so I don't think you should be so harsh on.
In the past, he has. He dug up the floor and melted it, and we have to get it repaired now.
But
I understand.
Repaired before. I was just helping.
So you were fixing the floor?
I was. I was fixing it.
So why stop a man from fixing a floor?
Because look at what his fixing did. He made it worse.
I want to inspect. Is it actually worse?
It looks like this one section of the floor has been dug up and then haphazardly shoved back in after being dug up and melted. It's it's bumpy and it's the pattern of the floor is gone completely in this section.
But this doesn't.
It's no longer rolling around.
I turn to Joe and I'm just like, the people in these lands have a strange way of doing the culture.
I agree a little bit. I might not understand it, but I do respect it. I think. I don't want my God to look down on me and think that what I said was wrong. So I'm trying to be nice and kind, like I always am. Yes. A
good person you are.
Thank you. And he blushes a little bit as what's his name again? Oh, you're right, Dave. Says that.
The floor is in a better state than it was a year ago. A year ago, it was in a much more dire state, where Buhurt and I were trying to stop a bunch of necromancers, because here was near where an attack happened almost a year and a month ago, and it looked dreadful, this part of the town. It looks much better now than it did back then, trust me.
Really?
See,
the lady has a point then.
I see. I understand. But wow.
But to be fair, a year and a half ago we were at war. Of course, everything looked worse then. But,
it was a brutal war. Yes.
Did you fight in the war, you two?
Before the war, I had 4 real limbs. I didn't have this prosthetic limb.
Oh yeah, forgot to mention that the Vatfolk has a missing leg. Is it? Has one clockwork prosthetic leg.
Well, wooden leg.
A wooden
not
leg.
a clockwork.
It has a wooden leg.
Tazaki's stepping up.
Oh, Tazaki steps towards. Okay, what are you doing, Tazaki?
Tazaki observes the floor and sees the difference in pattern.
Well, you can see that the difference in pattern is the fact that it's now smooth and melted. You can definitely see where this mess is. Like the pattern is completely gone.
So may I ask? So what was the pattern on the other floor? What is there?
Yeah, you can see it's just a pretty basic tiled pattern with like rectangular tiles fitted into a little pattern.
Okay. Tazaki calls his spider bot, and the spider bot starts etching the pattern onto the floor.
A couple of the guards step forwards and like, oh, should we do so? And the other one is like, not again.
Not more automatons.
Oh dear. The guards move forwards, and so your spider bot runs forwards and begins using its little claws to scratch the pattern in, and it makes this sort of sound of metal scraping against stone. It's like it's not a nice sound. After about
cover her ears.
Yeah, it's not a nice sound at all. But after about a minute, it has done, and it looks better. The floor does look better now. The pattern is there. It's not quite as good as the rest of the floor, but it looks a bit better.
Magma looks down at it, looks at the spider bot. Thank you for helping my job.
The spider bot just bows his head down.
Look at the guard. See, was that so hard to do?
Please just move on, sir. Please.
With that done, Who wants to join me for a drink in the Raven?
Drunken Raven. I think you'll find Boohurt.
Oh, shut it, you. You owe me a drink from last time.
Use your brain, maybe, and then yes.
I'm sorry, are these two meant to be friends? A couple of the guards whisper to each other. Just stay out of it, dude. Just stay.
Good idea, Jomin. I think we go get some drinks.
Giddy,
Yes?
you just check. I sent you a question.
You did? Oh. Did you? Oh.
Yep. So, check your phone.
Okay, you sent a question.
They're all going into the inn, into the tavern. I'm gonna just head that direction.
Yeah. So as everybody's about to head straight into the tavern, you do hear a voice from the other side, a shout from the other side of the town square, just as you're heading in, of a woman's voice shouting out, "No, you don't understand! Do not kick me out of here! You need to send some guards right now! Don't you understand? No!" And the guards, so you can see this woman, middle-aged woman, human woman, all over exiting from a guard post on the other side of the town square with a couple of guards escorting her away. Listen, we already have plenty of problems. We do not have the guards to spare for this, okay? If you want someone to look into it, go to the bounty office. I'm sure someone would happily be paid to look into this.
Oh, turn. We can hear that, obviously. I turned to the nearest guard. Did she try to fix the pavement as well?
No, I'm pretty sure not. And neither did you, looking at what you left behind.
Why on earth is it that when we enter this city, there is always some type of chaos? Is it too much to ask for a couple of grave guards to just relax?
You'd think now that the war's over, we wouldn't have so much work to do.
The woman
Boohurt.
storms away in a huff and passes just past you guys, heading towards the marketplace. So passes just past you guys.
Boohurt walks up to her.
Oh.
What be the matter, miss?
Just these useless guards not being able to help with anything.
Tell me about it.
Okay, it's sorry, my name. What did I say the name of that one thing was in the farm store that was closed? I gave it a name. I can't remember what the name was.
Oh, you should have made notes, shouldn't you?
I should have. What did I say her name was? The name was.
What was it saying?
What was it saying?
Pardon?
I don't think
Boohurt
she
is illiterate and can't read.
I said it to Bunny and Zell. Do either you two remember?
That one.
I mean the one up here.
The one you wanted to see that was closed.
Well, you have to make a new name or go back in your thing.
I don't
If there's a
remember.
viewer watching that remembers.
Anyway, she gives that name. I own a farm store. I'm a farmer. It's just okay. One of the other stalls, the Boulderberry Farm. They didn't turn up today to the market. They always turn up to market. They never miss the market. If they haven't turned up, I feel like something's wrong. I'd go out to their farm to check on them myself, but if something dangerous is there, I'm no guardsman. I'm no fighter. I'm worried. Was it a Katerina farm? Was it?
Might be. Yeah.
Yeah, Katerina. I think. My name's Katerina.
David is gonna add might be they just overslept.
No, it's not like them to oversleep or miss a market day. They wouldn't. I know something bad has happened.
Where do they live?
A farm just outside of the city, just south of the city.
I will come with you to check on him.
You would?
I would.
I have
Because
to. I can't
here.
leave my stall, but I can give you directions if you're willing to go and check.
I got nothing better to do.
I don't have much, but I
Indeed.
can spare little if need be.
Matilda mutters in Asoki, why can Brave Guards never have a day off?
Thank you, big metal man.
My pleasure. Magnet.
She tells you how to get to the farm. Please, if you hear anything, I'll be at my market stall for most of the day. Please, any news, anything you find, I need to know if they're okay.
Understood.
And she darts off
I'll
and
start.
back towards her market stall as Magna
I'll start walking.
starts
I'm
walking.
walking that way, but I don't know which way it's supposed to be.
It's
told me
south,
that-
so it's down
Okay.
the south of the city.
Dave scratches his head and he's just like,
I just walk through.
I think there might be some bandits involved.
Boohert's just moving through the cemetery.
I'm a grave god, it's what I do.
Matilda goes with Boohurt to keep an eye out because she knows that Boohurt doesn't always think before acting.
And what about Jomin and Dave? You guys just gonna go to the tavern?
Yes.
Dave is just gonna look at Jomin and Dave is just gonna be like, be a bit worried about little ones. If there are many bandits here, they might not be able to get along.
Don't worry about me. Trust me. I have lots of training. I've trained myself. And I'm stronger than you think. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about me.
Well, if you say so, my friend, I will go check what the others are doing.
So is Jomin
Yeah.
Jomin following along?
Yes.
Okay, you follow along, and you all. So as Magna, you're moving off with the intention of going alone, and you just have this entire group follows behind you.
Dave just
With
follows
Dave
me.
Throughout
and
the whole walk, Matilda mutters in Asoki, why can't Grave Guards never get a day off?
once
Haven't had a
again,
day off for over a year now.
you say that once again, and another rat folk passing by is like, "Yeah, tell me about it." Mutters back in the same language, because that's the rat folk language, isn't it, Soki?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boohurt then also joins in on the Ratfolk conversation, agreeing with them.
Hey, you're too grave guard.
Also, just picture that a giant, like 6 foot tall, big burly like orc of a man, just like chittering and squeaking like a rat.
yeah. Rat folk language it's not obviously fully rat sounds. But it does have a lot of sort of more squealy sounds and pronunciations in it.
That is so cute.
So
Matilda instead tells
Okay.
Boohurt that
There we
were
go.
it not for him having gone off with Magna, that we'd be relaxing, having a nice pint in the tavern.
Alright, tell me about it. But if there's any danger, it's our job as grave guards to go and see what's happening.
Ah, true.
And so this whole party, as you get to the outer edge of the gate, the guards outside watch as this huge group, of people just trudges past. They're like,
Oddity.
Conga line.
well,
Like,
that looks like
With
an
a huge robot in the front.
well, that looks like the
And
start
a
of
tiny little thing in the back.
that looks like the start of an adventure. And as you guys start moving along the pathway, does anyone wish to sort of talk to each other as you're moving along and have any conversations?
they will curiously approach Matilda and Boohurt and be like, "Oh, me, sorry for interrupting, but I cannot but not notice you speak in some strange language.
I know how to speak the Yosoki, just the tongue of the rat folk. This little one here taught it to me. I say, you are one large human.
Always said to me, I was born large, grew large. Pats his belly.
You're bigger than some orcs I know.
If you would believe, I'm not the biggest man in my lands.
I find that very hard to believe indeed.
Seen
Are
bigger
you descended from giants?
Many stories and myths come from the lands of Alfheim. Some say we come from the giants, some say from the dragons. Some speak of the gods. Little is to know how much sure is.
Well, gods are very, very real. I have seen some of their powers firsthand.
I see. What have you seen? You seem like a seasoned veteran in the fighting.
I have seen many horrors during the war, none of which I wish to retell.
I shall not make it to you, not force. I will say, glad you survived. Hope you share many more happy memories.
Matilda here, she doesn't talk about any of the things that we've seen. Either it's affected her much more than it's affected me.
Well, I am sure she'd be happy to have a friend like you near.
What about you and that halfling? You seem awfully close.
Oh, me and Jomit, my lad. We met on the boat, spent many weeks on there. Hey, Jomit, my lad.
From the same lands, then?
Not necessarily. Jomit, Milan, what was the name of the continent you came on?
The continent I came on?
I know it's something between Alfheim and here. Not sure the name. The one in the between, on the south.
Out of character, can I just come up with a name, or do I have to know the name?
Sorry, I was muted. I was muted that whole time. The name of the continent is Shogun.
Right. It was Shogun. Yes, it was Shogun.
Oh yeah, see that. That's where I met me lad here.
Yes. Yes, it's nice continent. And here's nice as well. Yeah. It's nice place. It's nice to meet you lot, by the way. You guys seem very nice. Yeah. I'm going to stop talking now because I'm very not good at conversing with people. So yeah.
I am the same.
Oh, you are? Oh, glad
Having been
not
part of
alone.
the graveyard guard for years, the fact that I'm even talking now is a big deal.
Understandable. I trained alone in the woods for most of my life and had no one to talk to, so yeah, it's a pretty big deal as well.
Buhurt and I were part of the grave guard. We had a party of 6. 2 of which unfortunately are no longer Buhurt.
They were the ones we trained with. Sometimes maybe solitary would have been better. Loneliness is indeed lonely, but is preferable to losing friends.
Terribly sorry.
Matilda tries to not cry because she likes to appear strong.
Hmm.
Okay. So as after that bit of conversation, a few minutes later, you guys arrive at the edge of a farm. Rather, you can see you start passing through some cornfields and other fields. You can see off to one side. You see an enclosure with animals in. You see an animal enclosure. That's currently empty, and you can see where the fields with fruits and other obviously growths are. And up ahead, you see the farmhouse. Either side of you. So let's see if Magna was taking the lead, so Magna would be up ahead, and then Dave and Joman back by there. You see up ahead the farmhouse. Up in ahead of you. There's no windows on the front of the farmhouse. You can see the door is closed, and you see these sort of fences where that border the different parts of the farm with different growths and things inside. Most of which have been freshly picked, ready for at the end of the harvest, ready for market sale. It is currently the start of winter. And you can see up ahead the door to the farmhouse ahead of you.
Okay, I'm just gonna carry on walking forwards.
Yeah, up forward. So it's that way. That direction is the farmhouse.
Yeah.
And as you move,
Okay.
the stream is laggy, but it's reconnected, and yep, the stream has slightly crashed, but I think it's booting back up. I think my internet had a fit.
Yeah, internets do that.
Oh dear. Hold on. Let's see if this fixes.
You're doing fantastic, by the way, hon.
Yeah. Let's see if this fixes it. The internet should hopefully be back up for you guys. I hope everything should be.
Oh no, thank you, no nothing.
Yeah,
thank you.
Just
It's
Right.
running.
Is it running smoother again? Is it running normally again now?
Just getting back in.
It was until you asked.
Poor network connection detected.
Yeah, it's still not working.
Hold on. I have no clue why, because my internet's the same as it always has been.
Oh no, this ain't good.
Dear.
Adam.
It's apparently a bad connection.
oh no.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm trying to load back in, but it's not working.
Same.
I am loaded on, but it doesn't really
Okay.
respawn.
It's my internet, so that's the
Okay.
problem. So I
It's
don't know.
slowly working.
Is
Might
it?
have to
Hopefully,
have
it's.
an re-
Just... Okay, well we're
Hey.
live again, and hopefully it'll work now.
It's all
Okay. Is it
Nope,
working? Hello, I
yes,
think we've gone live. I
we
think
established,
it's starting to work again.
Yeah.
Try
I
closing
mean,
it again. Reopening.
I think it's working now. Apologies.
Oh.
Extreme technical issues. Don't know what's caused it.
Yeah.
Terrible connection apparently.
Possible.
I have no clue how, like, what causes a bad connection, but I think it's stabilizing. We're gonna hope that it's stabilized. I really hope it has. I don't know what. If it doesn't stabilize, then we might just have to cut it a little short today.
I was just gonna type that the Balderberry farm is not loading in for me.
Still not?
I'm not sure about. Yeah, I'm not sure about everyone else though.
Amelia has just gotten back.
Just
Right.
let it like it
Okay.
should load up. Just give it some time. It took some time for
Okay.
me.
Well, it
Okay.
looks like the stream's mostly working, although it's been a little jumpy.
Yeah,
I'm
starting
very
to get
apologies for this.
breakup.
My internet appears to be doing something, and I don't know what it's doing. I don't know why it's doing. But the internet appears to be dying. This has only ever happened to me once before, so I'm not sure really what causes it or how to fix it. Is everyone else still having? Is everyone still having problems?
I'm working fine.
Back in, but the movement is being very delayed.
Yeah, if you give it some time, like it took me like after I reload back, it took me around like a minute till it came fully like to normal.
Me,
Right,
it's been a minute. And Balderberry farm is still not loaded up for me.
What we might have
But
to
I'll
do
wait
is
a little longer.
What we might have to do is call it. Maybe call it and
Did you try?
reconvene next week. I'm not sure what else I can do.
Perhaps try to like fully leave the page and start it again from the link.
Okay. I could try that. Let's see here. Let me try again.
Did have you tried a speed test?
No, but I'm going to. I need to do that.
Technical difficulties.
Let's see.
Technical difficulties. Please
Technical
stand by.
many technical difficulties. This doesn't normally happen.
The robot characters have stopped working.
All of the robots have crashed.
You know what it is, don't you?
No.
Like
If I knew what it is, I could fix it.
It's all clockwork. You just haven't wound it up.
Right, it says my internet connection is fast. But it also says that that my server is London.
No.
The upload is...
It's probably connected to London for the speed test.
Right, the upload is 2.82. That seems very low.
2.82.
Oh, wait, no, we're back. It's back, apparently. According to the stream, it's got excellent connection again.
Well, I'm running fine at the moment. Every time I say that, it lags.
Okay, well, it looks like it's back.
laggy, but I'm back in.
Hello, everybody. We're terribly sorry about that. This was some weird. My internet was dying. The internet was dying or something. I'm not sure why, but it looks like we're back.
I blame Skynet.
Bunny, are you able to? Are you loaded in now?
Yes, I'm finally loaded in.
Okay, it looks
Balderberry
like
farm is
it
up.
looks like the issues are solved for now. I don't know why that happened. We apologize everybody for that. in which case we can continue, and I'm gonna keep an eye on this and make sure and hope it doesn't happen again. So you guys arrive at the farm with the farmhouse right ahead of you, and yeah, as you guys approach the farmhouse, you feel free to move your pieces up. The door to the farmhouse is ever so slightly ajar. You can see it blows in the winter breeze, waving a little as you move up towards it.
Go walk up to the door.
Yeah, as you walk up to the door, what do you want to do?
I'll stop and look back.
Don't kick it.
Or them. You come in to help.
Who hurt? Don't kick it this time.
Sure.
Try the door.
The door gently open.
Okay, so as you gently open the door and see inside, you see a very modest sort of a very modest central room to the farmhouse. A small table in the middle. There's a small, just off to the side, you see a sort of a little bench with a hammer on. You can see a couple other tables. The central table, you can see on a couple of the on the central table where there's two chairs, you see two plates sat on the table with food upon the plates, and glasses filled with what looks like a sort of cheap red wine, all appearing untouched.
I'll sort of step in so the others can follow. If they'll let me. Come on, move in.
I think El lost connection again.
It's lagging to me, yeah.
I'm having
Yeah,
buggy
lagging a bit.
Well,
Oh dear.
And if you hear like a baby crying in the background, that'll be the person in the flat below me. I apologise. I can't exactly control the baby and tell the baby to stop crying.
Well, I mean, I
we
can't
can.
hear any of that, so that should be
Don't
fine.
worry.
Yeah. If it gets annoying, you
No
can always
worries.
use the tag.
You can't do that.
Gosh. I was gonna say I can't move Jonan.
It looks like you've lost
At
connection,
all.
so try restarting.
Oh,
It's okay.
this is frustrating.
And oh yeah, poor network connection has been detected once again. Apparently.
Oh dear, what is going on?
I have no idea. Perhaps that'll be a good point to leave it. Maybe.
yeah.
With-
six.
So as you
Is
guys
it-
enter into the farmstead, you see the meals upon with the meals upon the table, and you can't see anybody anywhere.
Is it the meals that he?
Completely
Hot meal?
untouched. There,
Matilda
it
says,
looks
"Don't
like it would
eat-
have been a
Don't
hot
eat
meal.
it, everyone, because it could easily be. Don't eat it, anyone, because it could easily be poisoned."
Someone with flesh.
It looks
Check
like
the temperature on the food.
it would have been hot once. And as you're there in this situation, I think maybe we should call it there. So I don't want too much to be missed, and the internet is on the fritz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
E-
off
e-
that table.
Yeah, I have a
Get
question.
down, where are your manners?
told
So-
me to chuck the food.
Get
So
down, where are your manners?
okay, so we will leave it there this week. With the we'll pause it there and leave it there. Thank you to our viewers for watching. Very much sorry for these weird technical issues. I don't know what's gone wrong. Hopefully it'll be better next week. But thank you very much, everybody, for coming and playing, and thank you for the people for watching. I think this is shaping up to be fun. Is the hope.
Yeah. As long as there's a pavement slab here and there that's in the wrong direction, it'll be fine.
I hope everybody had fun on this first session, and
Definitely.
we will then leave it there for now. thank you everyone for coming, and see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.